Hello designers, welcome back to the channel today. So this is the part 1B of the bustier dress with keyhole, alright, and then a one-piece shirt collar. So this is how mine came out, and in this tutorial we are going to learn how to cut our pattern, our fabric, alright, so that it aligns, alright, just as mine has aligned on the piece that I sewed. Okay, and then you're going to learn the easiest way or the beginner friendly way in adding joining allowances to your pattern after cutting it. All right, so you're going to learn how to align our pattern, all right, just as you see me to have over here. Okay, you're going to center it at the front, at the center front, and then center the pieces, the pattern pieces, all right, on the back, so that it doesn't interfere with our zip line. So for this dress style, you will need 3 yards of Ankara fabric, 3 yards of lining, and then 1 yard of your lace fabric. Okay. So to begin with, we are going to cut out our pattern pieces, adding our joining allowances. Okay. So you want to first cut it on your lining fabric. All right. So that is what we are going to be doing. So fold your lining, put your lining on fold, all right, and then place your center front and then your side front on opposite sides. Ensure that there is enough distance in between to cater for the joining allowances. Okay, just as you see me doing. You can hold them down with your pins, just as you see me doing. Remember, we've already added, when we were drafting our pattern, we added joining allowance to the waistline, and so we are not going to be adding any other to the waistline. We also added seam allowance or sewing allowance on the side of the side front, and so we won't be adding any more on the fabric. Okay. So extend your bust point, your under bust, all right, and then your waistline, extend those lines by a bit. Okay, that will cater for the joining allowances. And then you add your joining allowances of half inches. All right. Now once you are done, the parts of the joining allowances where you can connect with a straight line. Okay, but before that, let's take care of this side. Where you can connect with a straight line, you can connect that with your straight line. And the parts that are curved, where you want to be exact and precise, okay, you push out your pattern so that it aligns on the joining allowances, and then you just trace it out. Now this is the beginner friendly way in adding joining allowances to your patterns. Okay, that means if you can use your eyes to eyeball it, okay, if you had a better hand-eye coordination, you can just go ahead and use your scissors to cut it out. Okay, but if you want to be precise, this is a very simple way that you can go about it. Okay, good. So here is the center front. All right, so what we did, we are going to repeat that on this side also. So you trace out your curve. So this is its side front. So at this juncture, I'm going to have to fast forward the rest because we get the basic principles. Okay. So we cut our back, we trace out our back. Be sure to add joining allowance on just the top. Alright, no need to add some on the bottom. And then for the yoke, remember when we were drafting, I said I'll be adding, my paper was short, and so I'll be adding a few more inches to the hem of it. So I will be adding it shortly. All right, so before that, let's cut out our patterns. All right. So here is where I add a 1/4 inch to the hem of the back yoke. Now, although I'm cutting my yoke on a lining piece, it's just for demonstration, okay? The actual fabric is supposed to be the lace fabric, all right? And so here are our pieces. Please, let's work on our front yoke. As you can see, we are yet to cut out our front neckline, cut out the keyhole, all right, and then that of the front armhole. And so be sure to cut them out, leaving the keyhole for later on. Okay. So this is our yoke for the front. Let's cut it out on a lining piece. So now you can cut out your keyhole, alright? Then cut out the rest of the pattern. So this is it. This is that here. So here are our pattern pieces. We're going to use this to cut on our fabric, alright, the anchor, alright. Here is the yoke, here is the front yoke. At this juncture, guys, if you haven't liked this video, please be sure to leave a like if you've learned something useful. Please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please hit on the subscribe button. Please share this video to someone who needs it. Okay, so many people might be in need of something like this. Please share. Sharing is caring. Thank you. So we are using 1 yard for the bodice part of this dress. Okay, you want to ensure that your patterns are aligned right, so that when the person wears the dress, the words wouldn't read downwards. Okay, so ensure that you have it in the right placement. It's very important. And also put it on fold so that when you poke your pen through it, it will catch on the other half, aligned on the other side. Okay. As you see, when I do it this way, it doesn't catch on the other side. It has to catch exactly on the other half of the other side, like this. You can use this for fabric ankara with bigger patterns, all right, when you're cutting a full top or even a full dress. Okay, this is the way to align your patterns, all right, so that it centers at the front and then it centers at the back, all right. Now when you're using it for a full-blown dress or a top, you're going to need to use 2 yards, and because this is just for a short bodice, I'm using 1 yard. Okay. And so ensure that all the patterns align, all right, for the center front. Now once you are satisfied, you align your pattern on it. You don't want the pattern, the chest line to rest exactly on the circle pattern. Ensure that you push it to the top a bit, all right, so that after sewing and everything, it wouldn't affect the full circle of the pattern. Okay. For the side, you can put it anywhere. It doesn't interfere with the bigger circle, so it's okay. And then you cut out your pattern. We are done. So for the back, you see this the fold side. Okay, we could align it there because we have a pattern centered there. Okay. We could align it here or here, but the problem is most of the pattern will be taken in to the zip allowance and it wouldn't show on the back. And so the ideal location for the pattern can't be on these sides, so it should be over here, because when you place it here, after the zip line has been taken in, you're still going to have your pattern, all right, the fullest parts of your pattern. Okay. So once you are satisfied, you cut out your piece. The problem with this is we're going to have shortages, okay, and so we're going to rectify it by joining additional pieces and making it seem like we didn't even cut it in the first place. Okay, we're going to make it seamless. Okay, so join some extra pieces of the fabric to it. Now the mistake I made here was I should have cut out the border at the top here because I had so much excess fabric. Okay, but the good thing was after the garment was done, it was left with just about, I think, a quarter inches. But don't make that mistake. Be sure to cut out any unnecessary border lines. You don't want that ruining your garment. Okay. After going through all this trouble, you don't want any unnecessary border lines ruining your garment. And so, yeah. Let's work on our yoke. So with the pieces, the pattern pieces, you align it on the lace fabric. Okay. Align it and then cut it out. It's as simple as that. So this is what we will have for the yoke and for other pieces. Okay. As you can see the locations where the joining allowances were added. All right. So this is basically it. Once the zip line is taken in, you still have a pattern. All right, and that's what you want. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.